Hello everybody, it's Christine. It is day 4 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I put my kits together, a little bit ago. Whoops, hang on just a second, let me adjust this. And so I've done forgot what I've stuck in each of these kits. So let's be surprised together. I can kind of see the sketch already because I did print them and I can see pictures. So hang on just a second here. So here's my sketch. And I think my plan on this one was to just do the left-hand side because I see just 2 pictures. So it's by Brandy Joe. And we have some torn paper. We have a couple pictures. This could be either mixed media or pattern paper, whatever. I'm going to call these embellishment clusters here with our title down there. So I can see already. I have my baby girl's engagement photos here. Look at this. Isn't she pretty? And he's handsome too. So I'm thinking I'm going to put these, there. And then I think what I have going on here, let me see. I don't even know. Obviously I have little jewels I've pulled out. They're little hearts. That's cute. I have a couple of, y'all, my jacket is too big. Little shaker pocket, or I'm going to call them shaker pockets, but I guess they don't have to be. I'm going to ink these or whatever. Amazing. They could come down here. Oh, that's cute. I have film strip stuff. Not sure I'll use those. And then I have pulled out, what in the world can I use out of this? What was I thinking, you guys? Adventure Awaits. That could be cute because they're getting married. That could be cute. Because the only other thing I could do really is like big smile. Oh, love like this. Maybe I was thinking that. Y'all, I don't even remember what I was thinking. I could do any of those. All right. And my papers, of course, let's see. So I have this pretty little, I remember this is from, oh my goodness. I want to say it's a Prima collection. It's like a love collection. I have this black and white floral, because that's definitely not what I was using. And then I have this right here. I'm not even sure why I pulled this out now, y'all. I don't even know. Isn't that crazy? Maybe I was going to cut them. I don't even know. Because I'm kind of liking this as my torn piece here. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to have to think on this one just a minute. And I'll probably get some white cardstock to mount my photos. So let me get busy. Give me just a second. I'll be back on. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to mess around for a second with this piece of paper here. I knew I wanted it to come from, honestly, the sketch showed that torn piece of paper coming from the corner up, down. And I do this, and then I'm going to want to add a second layer. I mean, I don't know that really showed on the sketch, but I decided I want to add a second pattern. And this little guy here, well, because of the way this is organized, I was trying to figure out how to make it work. And I still end up kind of messing it up and then having to fix myself. I'm like, okay, that goes the whole way. Because I have to have the paper go all the way from the top to the bottom, right? And I'm having to turn it and everything. I don't think it really matters the dots being in a particular direction because they're just dots and the text in it is so tiny it isn't like you can read it. But here I am messing with this again. I can't get this thing organized exactly right. I'm going to do the corner and the upper right as well. And I do that because on the sketch, technically the upper right is done on the opposite page to basically frame and enclose the layout. But since I'm only doing one page, I thought, you know what, I need to do it on the other side on the same piece of paper. So I'll do this with this bottom left corner, and then I'm going to do it with the same basic process here in the upper right. Although I think it's a little smaller. So the one on the sketch kind of goes for, again, almost that same length there. But I'm going to do a little bit smaller piece on the upper right. I got to trim this off just a little bit because it's a little bit crooked. I struggle with this, you guys. I couldn't keep myself straight. It kept wiggling on me. Let me see. I don't know. I should have probably cut some of this out, you guys, but I guess I wanted you to see it. I'm going to mess up later, too, with a stamp, and I'm going to show you how I fix it because I definitely had a boo-boo. This layout doesn't have a ton of embellishment, actually. I decided against cutting out those flowers on that piece of paper. This has more of a cream-based look to it. This zigzag paper is cream-based, and then I felt like the little whirls and swirls on the, I don't know what, is that a wood grain? I guess it's a wood grain. And it was a little bit, I want to say it wasn't pure white, I guess is the point. It almost has like a very slight pinkish color to it, but it just wasn't pure white. And when I started looking at the flowers that I thought about cutting out, I go, that's not going to work. So I actually go off in my stash and I dig around. And I do find a couple of tiny little embellishments, but it ends up being not a terribly embellished layout, you guys. And then that being said, the sketch just showed little crosses, so it's okay. Here's me with my upper right piece here that I think I'm getting a text, you guys. My daughter was texting me. So I got to trim off my little pieces here, and it's going to go in the upper right. I do like this. I think this looks good. I mean, this is a diagonal design, basically. Although I kind of come from the upper left here. See that? I'm going to go down. Now, I'm going to pull out that ink, and I'm going to use my little red brush. I got my red colored brush. It's my color-coded brush. I don't know. I guess I'm sitting there thinking about that little wood veneer piece there. I'll color that in just a second. And also, I pulled out, this is the other thing I did. I went off into my stash, and I pulled out some little wood hearts. And I actually really like how wood veneer looks uncolored, unpainted. So I struggled to actually paint it, and I almost didn't paint the wood hearts. And then I thought, no, you're painting the squares. Go ahead and paint the hearts, and so I do. I'll end up painting those in just a moment. Now, this is me thinking about the title, you guys. And I end up with I end up doing Love Like This because it's on the paper that way, this plastic piece that way. I'm not sure if it's actually meant to go together, but I chose to use it together. And it's going to take me just a second. And I actually start off putting the title a little bit higher because on the sketch, she kind of showed it going across the bottom of the photos. And I'll bring it down, though, because the letters are black and my photos have, you know, dark colors at the bottom. So I'm going to bring the title down. And then I'm going to add the word young from my gold letters. And I think it looks really cute. So that basically the title is Young Love Like This. And I think this is so cute. Because they're young. You know, it's young love. I feel like I'm a little bit on the blah side this morning, you guys. It's early. And I'm still kind of sleepy. I don't know what's going on. I need to drink my energy teas here. Because my energy level isn't terribly high right at the moment. Okay, so I got young. And then I think I'm going to start coloring my little wood grain pieces in just a moment. I do end up having to add a little glue to my young there because the foam, because my layered, it's kind of half on and half off the photo. And my photo paper, it's a little bit, it's got a little depth to it. So the bottom half of the letters, I'm going to have to add some Nuvo glue. Here's where I got going coloring on my little wood grain pieces here. I don't know if I make y'all sit and watch me do the whole thing or not. I kind of go over it like basically 2 times. Now I'm going to set them down there and think, okay, you're not quite, you don't have enough going on. And that's when I'm going to start pulling out the little film strips. And I think that works well because these are obviously, well, they're photos. And it was kind of a part of a session where the photographer was taking them around the boat. So I like the little photo strips. And then the other thing it's going to do is it's going to pull, I'm going to add a third one in the upper right corner. So it kind of pulls the little embellishment clusters into a visual triangle. So that's what that's going to look like there. And I'm going to add that bottom one there. And then I'm going to add one in the top. And I'm going to kind of tilt it as well. I kind of look through this and think, do I want different styles or is there a different kind? And I could end up with just that one. Now, unfortunately, the glare from the light makes it a little bit gray, but it's black. It looks great when it's all the same. And then this is me kind of organizing my different... I'd already colored one of the hearts to make sure the color is going to work. That's why that's red. I'll have to color the other ones yet still. Because I'm messing with that. And then I'm going to end up pulling in one more of those little foam... not foam... that is the film strip, sorry. I'm going to get into my stash in just a minute. I'm going to find one more embellishment. It's from a really old Prima collection. I don't recall the name now. It's probably 10 years old. But I have a little baggie with a few little pieces. And I pull them out because they have a cream base to them. So this is me kind of looking at it and going, okay, I like you, but you're not quite done. You're not quite done. So I'm going to run off. This is me looking at those flowers and really contemplating because I go, I need something, but they're white. I don't like it. So here's where you can see I've added the couple little embellishments. There's a little thing in the upper right. It says 1 + 1 is 2. And then in the bottom right, there's a little tiny thing that says you are the best. It has an F on it. I guess that's supposed to mean friend or something like that, but I just like the you are the best. So that's in the lower right, and I put that inside the little square there. I'm just going to use glue dots to glue the film strips and stuff down. They're see-through, and I think it looks, it doesn't, you can't really, you got to be, you know, on acetate and stuff like that, you got to pay attention to how you're adhering it down, and the glue dot works really well. And plus, I have an entire drawer of glue dots. I reorganized my stuff. I've told you guys I've been cleaning my room up and stuff, and I found an entire pile of glue dots, you guys. So I need to go through some of these things. So I'm organizing my little hearts here. I pull off this adhesive from this the backing from the little embellishment. And yeah, definitely the adhesive on that thing was gone, gone, gone. So I had to add some glue dots. Now in a second, I'm going to pull out those little shiny hearts. I just do the red ones though. There's multicolored hearts all over that sheet, but I will only use the red ones. That's me adding a little bit of glue dots there. Oh, I also added foam tape to the corners of the little lip one because again, the photo had some layering going on to it. It wasn't real thick, but it had enough of a layer that it was causing the little wood veneer to rock. So I add a little bit of foam tape to the upper left corners of it. And here's me adding the little bit of glue dots to that lower right one. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into my, I think I stamp next. I'm going to pull out my date stamp because I want to add December 24, 2023. And you guys, I start talking to my daughter on the iPad. And I darn sure stamped that thing upside down. But it's in the lower left corner, okay? I'm going to trim this off real quick because I don't want that's obviously hanging over. My stamping goes in the lower left corner. I don't know if I show you that yet. I'm getting close to being done. Oh, wait, maybe I do this. Maybe I do the sparkly things first. I'll put 3 little red hearts in each of the clusters. And then I'll decide to grab my date stamp because I'm trying to date things at least. I've made that comment. Since I've got this date stamp here, if it's within that date range, I'm thinking, let me go ahead and get a date stamp on every one of these things. And I just kind of organize these things in little, little visual triangles here. It is a little tricky, though, because I have those wood hearts. So it's like, okay, I think I add 1 extra in that upper right because otherwise I would have had 6 hearts, and I didn't want 6. So I had a 4th little shiny heart, I think. Yeah, I'm going to mess with that. Anyway, in a second, I'm going to get my stamp, and I'm going to stamp it upside down, you guys. And I go, oh, my God, I've done this whole layout, and I've stamped it upside down. But the cool part is I still had some of my zigzag left. So I am going to fix my problem by cutting out a little piece of zigzag. I really couldn't believe I did that, you guys. I was like, I'm usually so careful, and I even will usually stamp it on a piece of paper first to make sure I'm in the right direction. And I look at that and I go, I cannot believe you just did that, Christine, on this entire layout, and you had to do that upside down. But again, no worries. I had this little piece of zigzag paper laying there, so I'm going to cut out one of the little light colored zigzags and lay it right over the top, and I will restamp it. Problem solved, right? I couldn't believe I did that. That was just such a bonehead move. But yeah, here's my corrective action, you guys. So if you ever screw up a layout, just know that there's probably a solution. It may not be something this simple. It might have to be a little more complicated, but it's all just paper, generally speaking. So, yep, there we go. Fixing that right on up. And then I'll go ahead and boldly restamp. And that'll be the end of that, guys. I thought about doing some sprinkles and stuff, but then I thought I better not. I usually need to stop while I'm ahead, you guys. I really usually need to stop while I'm ahead. And I decided I was ahead on this one. And so that's all I'm going to do the layout. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. Again, by this point, I don't even know, y'all. There's probably 100 videos. And make sure you do the like and subscribe. I do post videos several times a week, even when it's not 30 Days of Sketches. And, of course, my Instagram on Scrapping Harden. We will see you soon. Well, technically tomorrow, I guess. Bye.